A lot of you are likely going to make a lot of money this cycle if you haven't already. Thankfully, I've been able to go ahead and ride several trends and make a significant amount of capital, changing the way that I pretty much do everything. And on this channel, I kind of just talk about the more personal things in life, especially relating to crypto as someone that is full-time in crypto. And every single day, I'm looking at these charts, I'm focusing on trades, I'm looking at narratives, I'm doing so many different things at the same time. HBAR right now is doing really well, and no shade to any other coin, but pretty much the most profitable coin from the large caps that I've participated in this cycle. HBAR's been the biggest winner. I had bags of XRP, which XRP, I guess, technically from a percentage standpoint did better. But I have bigger bags on HBAR, and I'm happy to go ahead and talk about these things because I don't really want to talk about how much money I've made on HBAR. I want to talk more so about what we're going to do when we take profit on this HBAR. Because a lot of people, they will completely throw everything out on the wind and just forget about all of the things that matter in their lives just in the pursuit of capital. And, you know, I understand the reasoning behind it. I, at one point in my life, was the same. I prioritized money over pretty much everything else. I didn't care about family. I didn't care about this and that. And it really hurt a lot of those relationships in the long run. Thankfully, I've been able to get them pretty much stabilized once again. But I mean, what's going to happen when HBAR hits $1, $2, $3? Are you going to start treating people differently? Are we still going to be the same person that we were before? I mean, there's a lot of factors here. And another one that I wanted to talk about is an addiction that I've been facing for a very long time. Video games. Video games have been pretty much my biggest addiction in my life, other than maybe like PR, and we all know about that. We don't want to talk about it, but it's something that a lot of us face. Thankfully, I've been able to kind of get through that, and I actually made a thread very recently about that. Maybe I'll make a video in the future. But in this video, I want to focus on video game addiction because this is something that I think a lot of us are also facing and something that's easier to talk about on YouTube without getting demonetized. So this is a game called Lords Mobile, and I'm not trying to promote this. It has 500 million downloads. It's one of the most successful games in the gaming app store right now on Apple. I played this game when I turned 18, and what ended up happening was I spent my entire first check on this game. I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars that I didn't really have. I wasn't making that much money, a lot of my checks. And I've been told by people that live in Asia, by people that are in Asian cultures, that in Asian cultures, it's very normal to put a significant amount of capital. And why I know this is because, one, I have buddies that live in Asia that are Asian, and also people that played Lords Mobile that were Asian. I mean, they would just go very, very deep into spending a lot of their capital into stuff like Lords Mobile. And so what's going to happen here is people are going to make a ton of money on HBAR. Here's how I'm trying to relate to this. People are going to make a ton of money on HBAR, and they're going to be chasing that high. They're going to continue to chase that high for the rest of their lives. And this is the biggest problem. And this is the lottery winner's dilemma, where once you have your big win, once we get, I mean, HBAR has already been doing so well. I get the people that just don't have big bags. Maybe you're still starting out your first cycle. Don't expect to become a millionaire in your first cycle. If you do, you probably already had a bunch of money in crypto, or you had a bunch of money in general. But it's not normal to become a millionaire in your first cycle in crypto. But let's say you do, right? Let's say you win that lottery winner's dilemma, the thing that a lot of us try to chase in the crypto space. And now we're trying to go ahead and see what's next for crypto. What ends up happening is what Alex Becker says commonly when he says, when people make their money on Bitcoin, they go to Ethereum. And then when people make money on their Ethereum, they go to XRP, and then so on and so on and so on and so on until they go so far down under that they're just used as exit liquidity and they end up losing everything. This has been the great reset cycle, is the way that I coin it. A lot of the people that decided to chase these gains ended up losing the generational wealth that they made last cycle. Because last cycle, there weren't that many coins around. Nowadays, we have over $18 million cryptocurrencies, and I think that's a small number. I'm pretty sure that number is much higher than is being reported here on CoinMarketCap. There's too many cryptocurrencies out there, and if you keep trying to chase those odds just get worse and worse and worse. And so focusing on some of those plays that have already made it for you, that's how you're going to continue to win in the crypto space. Crypto is going to get harder. It's not going to get easier. I mean, this industry is going to get much more difficult to make money on. Next cycle, I guarantee you, yes, you will have a chance to make millions of dollars, but it's going to be a heck of a lot harder than it is now. Just like in 2017, all you had to do was buy Bitcoin. That's all you had to do to make your millions. And then, 2021 cycle, we had to buy some of these other coins like Solana, for example, that this thing went down to $8. This cycle, you had to buy a very few amount of winners that are doing really well. Like HBAR was one of them. For me, I got this thing at like 4 or 5 cents, and then it ended up going to where it's at 28 cents. And I had enough size to actually make a pretty considerable amount of money on it. So yeah, you definitely have to have your winners, and you need to double down on them. But you also can't get into the position like Lords Mobile, like my addiction, where I had my winner and I kept throwing money into it over and over and over, trying to chase that initial high that I had the first time I played. When I did my Wonder Wars on Lords Mobile the first week, it was amazing. It felt incredible. I mean, it was a high that very few games can replicate. And then after that, it got pretty redundant. I mean, you would go ahead, log in, get your troops, and some guy that would spend another $1,000 would just beat you, and then you would think you need to spend $100 because you've already spent $1,000, and you want to keep up with the guy that spent $1,000, but it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. No matter what you do, there's always a guy that's a bigger fish, that's more addicted, that's just going to keep spending, and there's always going to be a new update to make you spend more money to keep you in here. And that's exactly what the crypto space is. There's always going to be a new fish, a new big fish that's going to try to keep you encapsulated in this crypto industry. And when I see people, when they watch these HBAR videos and they're just hungry. I mean, there's so much hunger. There's so much hunger for this financial freedom. So many people forget about why we even want the money that we want. There's so many people that will make the money that they want in crypto and then completely forget about every other aspect of their lives, just sacrificing everything, their health, everything in between. I gained over, 70 pounds over the span of about 3 years. It was 3 years. It's insane. I've lost about 40. So I still have a good amount of weight to go ahead and lose, but absolutely crazy stuff. Sacrifice my health, sacrifice a lot of things. For what? I've made my money in crypto now. I'm starting to recover. And I'm understanding that there's a lot of addictions that if I didn't have these addictions, then it would have been a heck of a lot easier for me to make money in crypto because I would have been able to be unbiased. The one thing that people, and I keep seeing these YouTube videos, they don't want to say it, but you need to be unbiased. You need to be unbiased. You can't be that guy that's just delusionally bullish for the rest of his life because that's the number one way to get rugged. That's the number one way to lose money in crypto long term. The number one way to make money is being unbiased, not caring about whether or not HBAR goes to 50 cents or 60 cents or 70 cents. None of this stuff matters. If you had your thesis and you said, okay, I'm selling at 70 cents or I'm selling at $2 or whatever it is you're selling at, just do it. Stop looking at the charts all day. The biggest mistake people have is getting addicted to this stuff, looking at the charts all day, hyper trading, and losing all their money. There are plenty of opportunities, and I've been talking about this for a long time. There's been stuff like 𝐑𝐞𝐿, Bonzo, Sauce, Dosa. These are coins that are doing incredibly well. I mean, this coin on HBAR, these are coins on HBAR, so it's not like I'm talking about random coins. It's a brand new narrative. These coins are doing really well. This coin's up 74%. This Sauce is up 3% today. Bonds is up 3%. And 𝐑𝐞𝐿's just killing it. I mean, absolutely killing it. It's up an enormous amount. Now, if you miss this narrative, if this is not your trading thesis, then you don't need to feel bad about this. There's going to be, I mean, how many cryptos are there? How many cryptos are there? There's 18 million cryptos out there. Do not feel bad if you missed any of these cryptos because your crypto is winning. You have won the game. The fact is that many cryptocurrencies wish they had a chart as strong as HBAR. And so if you have your winner and you're itching for more, don't feel that way because you have what you need. You don't need to get a crypto that's riskier because it might potentially have more X's and you might potentially become a millionaire. That's how you get sold a dream that you will lose on. That's how it works. That's how financial markets are built on, this dream, right? That you'll magically make all this money and it will just change your life day in and day out. But if you already have that coin that's doing that for you, don't chase the rabbit hole because it's not worth it. It's not worth it for most of you. And the ones that do it and get lucky, I mean, good for you. Hell yeah. I've been able to make some niches hyper profitable, but if I just put all my money into HBAR, I would have been much better off. Much better off if I just went all in on HBAR. So just some perspective, personal stuff. Stay classy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and that's all.